months of moving to Korea, which I would say is the same as the first 6 months of moving to anywhere. I mean, this is my 5th country that I've lived in now. The first 6 months is pretty tumultuous. It's a roller coaster. One minute you're up and you're so excited and you're having so much fun and you're meeting so many people, and then you're like crashing down. You miss your family, you miss home, you miss that candy or that food that you usually eat, and then you're up again, and then you're feeling anxious and depressed, and then you're down, and then you're up again, and then it's really, really hard to figure out how to use the post office, so then you're down. And you know, there's just so many ups and downs in your first 6 months that I was really worried about sitting down and speaking in front of a camera, because I was afraid that I would not be able to give a balanced, rational, less emotional take on what life in Korea is like. So no judgment. This is my room right now. It has just become a dumping ground for all of my stuff. I've pulled things out of storage. I've had things delivered. I've just thrown everything over there for sorting or trashing. I've got a whole bunch of clothes here. No, I am not living in this room at the moment. Okay, so I cleared off that rack, which was like chock full before, and now there's so much empty space. I'm gonna go have breakfast, and then I will start to sort through things like my handbags. Do you have work in the sheet or the schedule? I have never been so like excited and happy and overjoyed, but at the same time also really stressed, really over it, and really emotional all at once. It's physically overwhelming. It's mentally overwhelming from the point of view of having so much stuff to do. You're leaving your life. You're leaving everything that you know. You're leaving the people that you love behind. You're leaving stability and comfort for something that is actually very unknown, and you don't know how things are going to play out. But one thing you do know is that the next 3 months or so is going to be tough. Actually, I've really been thinking about how I want to take a solo trip somewhere, maybe for like a weekend. Of course, that's after I've seen everybody that I want to see here in Cheongju. And anyway, I have not filmed in Korea since I moved here 6 months ago. In one way, it feels like it was just yesterday that I was crying at Heathrow Airport and saying goodbye to my family before moving. But in another way, it also feels like I've been here for 5 years already. I love my life here. I really do love my life here and where it is at this point in time. So I feel like now I'm in the right headspace to be able to talk to you guys about, you know, things I wish I'd known before I moved. The first thing that I wish I had known, or at least like taken more seriously before I moved to Korea, is the fact that when you get here, your mental health is going to take a hit.
I know that I'll never be given a burden that's too heavy to bear, but I just feel very overwhelmed as to how I'm gonna make all of this fit and make all of this work.
I think I did not account for, number one, how bad like homesickness can be. This isn't my first rodeo. The first time I ever left the family home was when I was 16 years old. Putting that into perspective, I turned 30 in a couple of months. I have been leaving and rejoining my family and leaving again for a very, very long time. When you are very unsettled and you're very confused and everything is hard and you don't fully fluently speak the language, or maybe in most foreigners' cases, you don't speak the language at all. Some people can't even read the Hangul alphabet. When you're feeling all of those things, it is the perfect recipe for terrible anxiety and potentially falling into depression.
구독할래요.
진짜요?
네.
감사합니다. The concept of self-care is deceptively simple. Making time to take care of yourself for the benefit of your overall mental and physical well-being. But if you're a human who exists in this world, you know that taking care of yourself is never a simple thing. For some people, self-care is doing the bare minimum to make it through the day. For others, it's all about indulging and pampering and de-stressing. There are just too many ways to practice self-care out there to sit here and tell anyone definitively how to do it. So I just got back from Seoul. The friend that I went to meet, Yenny, is a really close friend of mine. The way that we met is really cute. We met online through Korean English language exchange, and it was like this old, really old website where you had to exchange emails. It wasn't even text messages. We used to exchange emails until she moved to London. And when she moved to London, we met up, we became really close friends, and we've been friends since. As I usually do with my Korean friends, we're talking like half in English, half in Korean. We're going to cafes, ordering things, we're going shopping, we're interacting with other people. And it kind of made me think, like, I really don't think that it is a wise thing to take for granted how much of a difference knowing some Korean will make to your life living here. 제가 가장 좋아하는 음식은? What is my favorite food? 영국 사회 내에서 다양한 신이 많기 때문에 대중문화는 여러 나라 문화에 영향을 받아요. Please don't mind my kind of grubby sweatshirt lounging around the house, but I've just been doing my homework, getting ready to do my Korean lesson, which is starting in 20 minutes. Since I know that I'm moving, I've been upping the amount of Korean lessons / study that I've been doing every week. I mean, I started studying Korean back in January of 2021. That's when I first learned the alphabet, and I started to self-study online with some courses. And since then, I mean, I've studied pretty intensely for a year and a half. I'm pretty proud of my progress in the fact that I came from literally not even knowing how to read Hangul to then being able to say 안녕하세요, to now being able to write paragraphs, fully read paragraphs, and just every day I'm understanding a lot more than I did the day before. 안녕하세요. 네, 네. Like a date? 나도 가고 싶어. Okay, I am heading out to go for coffee with my friend Anastasia. And that really got me thinking. You know, being in Korea, making friends is an active decision. You really have to humble yourself and be willing to let your walls down a little bit to meet like-minded people, people that might share interests with you. Because being an expat, I think one of the hardest things is not having people to be friends with. I think what's really important is that you really do take the time to be the person to reach out first sometimes. Use the apps, use HelloTalk, go to language exchanges, use the Kakao Talk and Facebook groups for expats or teachers, foreigners in your city, in your area. Go to random meetups. Just try to seek out those like-minded people. They won't just fall into your lap.